We are starting Unit 2 today. Today's notes are all about fractions. We'll be simplifying fractions and writing equivalent fractions. Over the next couple class periods, we will also learn how to add and subtract fractions, multiply and divide them. So example 1 here asks us to simplify the fraction. So we want to write the fraction in its simplest form. So in order to do that, what we are looking for is we're looking to see if there is anything at all I can divide both the top and the bottom by in order to reduce it. Hopefully we can all recognize that we can divide 8 and 20. They're both even numbers, so I can divide them both by 2. So dividing 8 by 2 gives me 4. And 20 divided by 2 is 10. So now we've got 4 over 10. We want to try to continue simplifying if we can. 4 and 10, again, they're both even numbers, so I could divide them both by 2 again. So dividing the top by 2 gives me 2, and dividing the bottom by 2 gives me 5. 2 divided by 5. Well, the only things that go into 2 are 1 times 2. 5's not divisible by 2. So we're finished. There is no common factor between 2 and 5, 2 over 5. You also may have recognized that 8 divided by 20. 8 and 20 are both divisible by 4. You could have divided by 4 first. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 20 divided by 4 is 5, and notice I get the same answer of 2 over 5. So it's always going to be faster if you find the greatest common factor. I don't know why I did that, but the biggest one that I can divide both the top and the bottom by. Let's try another one here. Negative 4 divided by 12. Negative 4 divided by 12. I want you to try to come up with the biggest number that I can divide the top and the bottom by. We could divide them both by 2 like we did here, but there is a bigger one, so let's try to choose the biggest one if we can. We can divide 4 by 4 and 12 by 4. So let's divide them both by 4. Negative 4 divided by 4 is negative 1. Negative divided by positive is negative. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Negative 1 over 3 is my answer. Number 3, 21 over 33. 21 over 33. If it helps to list out the the factors of each number, you can. 21, if we're trying to come up with numbers that go into 21, well, we've got 1 times 21. 21 divided by 2 doesn't come out even. 21 divided by 3, 3 times 7. 21 divided by 4, no. 5, no. 6, no. 7, I'm starting to repeat the ones that I already have, so that's it. 33, we can list out the factors of 33. 1 and 33. 3 times 11. And that's it. The biggest one that they have in common is 3. 3 they both have in common, so we're going to divide them both by 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7. 33 divided by 3 is 11. 7 over 11 is correct. The next type of problem is writing equivalent fractions. So we're given 2 over 3 is the same thing as what over 18? Two divided by 3 equals blank over 18. So what we want to think about is, what do I multiply 3 by to get here? So to go from 3 to 18, we want to know, did I multiply or divide by what? And whatever I did, I need to do the same thing to the top. So 3 times 6 is 18. If you're not sure, do 18 divided by 3, and that'll tell you what you multiplied by. And we need to multiply the top by the same thing. That should also be times 6. 2 times 6 gives me 12. 12 over 18. Number two, I'm given 6 over 24 is the same as blank over 12. To go from 24 to 12, I'm not multiplying, I'm dividing by 2. Or you could do times 1/2. So I divided 24 by 2 to get 12, so I need to divide the top by 2. Gives me 3. 6 over 24 is the same thing as 3 over 12. You can only multiply or divide the top and the bottom by the same thing. You cannot add or subtract. And I'm going to scroll up so that watermark's out of the way. 4 over 5 equals 24 over what? 4 times 6 gives me 24. So I need to do times 6 on the bottom as well. 5 times 6 is 30. And then finally, number 4, 7 divided by 14 equals 1 divided by what? To go from 7 to 1, I divided by 7. So I need to divide by 7. 14 divided by 7 is 2. 1 over 2 is correct. In your notes, I want you to try each of the following problems. I want you to pause the video and try each of these. I'm going to move this guy up so watermark's out of the way. So again, pause the video, try each of these. Once everybody's ready, you can play the video and we'll take a look at the solutions. Number 1, we should recognize this is times 5. So 4 times 5 gives us 20. 20 over 25 is correct. This one should be times 2. 30 over 40 is the same thing as 15 over 20. Here, to go from 3 to 6, I multiply by 2. Gives me negative 2 over 6. And 27, it got smaller, so instead of multiplying, let's divide. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Looks like this thing is negative, so this should still be negative. It's fine if you put the negative with the 2, or the negative with the 9, or the negative right out front like it was here. Not really room for me to write it there, but negative 2 over 9 is correct. That is all for today's notes.